why we keep and honor Yahweh Shabbat. Praise Yahweh be Yahweh. Royal family and friends, to the most important observance in Judah, the Godhead, and the world. Yahweh is the hardest working mind in the entire universe. According to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, he leads by example, and we, as his children, must follow. Just as we may work about 5 to 6 days a week, Yahweh did it first, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. When he finished his work, he rested and was refreshed from all that he had made and created. In modern-day Egypt, America, we sometimes take for granted the 5-day work week, so much so that we forget the true value of what the day of rest really meant in the beginning. Today, the mundane concept of the Sabbath has no parallel to the prolific understanding that the intransient Godhead once embraced. Shabbat is the greatest day that we so anxiously await for throughout our rigorous week. It is the time when we can set aside all of our weekly obligations and completely dedicate our devotion to a higher pursuit, heaven on earth. Shabbat has been described as a bride or queen. It is said, for more than the children of Yahweh has kept the Shabbat has kept the children of Yahweh. Shabbat is the only observance in the world that has been instituted in the Ten Commandments. Shabbat is a day of rest and divine enrichment of the soul. Shabbat comes from the Hebrew word shin, bet, tav, meaning to cease, to end, and to rest. Leisure was for the wealthy and ruling classes only, the royal priesthood and Godhead during ancient times, never for the serving or laboring classes. They could never imagine the thought of getting any rest on a weekly basis. Those who have to labor and serve to this severe degree are those who choose to serve other gods above the supreme creator Yahweh. This is simply a punishment of choice. They choose to give their whole life to someone or something that takes all of their time and leaves them with nothing but stress and distress and absolutely no time to rest. These tormenting gods are all of the secular jobs, material gain, worldly and carnal practices that one desires above his or her maker, and thus will work relentlessly to overindulge in these temporal pleasures, and none of these can provide one with life, peace, or rest. Yahweh knows the right time and season to work and rest. He invites all who love him to rest in his Sabbaths. And true wealth is to be without stress or strain. The wealthy and ruling classes weren't like the carnal, rich, and famous of today. The children of Yahweh were wealthy and ruling because they obeyed and observed Yahweh exclusively. They didn't work for greed, but to give back to Yahweh and his earth. Throughout creation, all Yahweh did was give life and his blessings of love. He worked hard to build a society of love and peace among all creation, which made him very wealthy. Yahweh commands us to remember the Sabbath. The word remember has a dual significance. One, a celebration of creation, and two, a commemoration blessed by our Creator Yahweh, and to reclaim our wealth, we must keep His Sabbath. In Exodus chapter 20, verse 11, after the fourth commandment was instituted, Moses explained, "Because for 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and on the seventh day He rested. Therefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and sanctified it." By the children of Yahweh resting on the seventh day and keeping it holy, it will show the world that we remember and acknowledge Him as the Creator of heaven and earth and all living things. We must emulate the divine example that Yahweh displayed by refraining from all servile work on the seventh day, as He did. If Yahweh's work can be set aside for a day of rest, why should we go under the assumption that our week is too important to set aside a day of rest also? Lastly, you might be asking yourself, what does the Exodus have to do with the Sabbath? Well, the Exodus was about us becoming free from Egypt, America's practices, and servitude, which withhold us from being able to observe this most holy day, this celebration. It was and has always been about freedom. As I said earlier, leisure was well spent by the Godhead and ruling classes. Slaves did not and do not get days off to rest in their Sabbath. Therefore, by us resting on the Shabbat, we are continually reminded that we are free. In a more layman sense, Shabbat frees us from the weekly worries, troubles, bothers, business, jobs, duties, charges, responsibilities, and chores, specialties to our modern-day taskmasters. During the week, we are slaves to our jobs, creditors, and our need to provide for ourselves. The wealthy and ruling classes weren't like the carnal, rich, and famous of today. So, our weekly labor is not to build up the kingdom of this world, America, for the earthly gods of materialism, but to build up the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh forever. Praise Yahweh.